Welcome to my hardcore Minecraft world. In last episode we built this cliffside castle. In this episode I want to do something a little bit more relaxing and build a farming village right near our starter base. But in order to do that I'm going to need better tools because this is not going to allow me to terraform this area easily. And I forgot to say it last episode, but we do have a name for a pink sheep. The sheep who is no longer pink. His name is Floyd. Get it? Yeah, somebody came up with that name, so thank you for that name. I also added a few more mods, if you are interested in that. I added the Fresh Animations Resource Pack, which makes animals and stuff look better. So he just, he's doing some cool stuff. He looks pretty cool. Same with the sheep and the pigs, which, by the way, they also added new pigs to Minecraft, which is cool. I added one that makes my skin 3D. I don't want to take my armor off. I don't want to die. Let me go inside to show you this mod. This is it. Don't I look great? The bald wombat. Anyways, enough goofing around. I gotta put my armor back on. It's pretty scary to not have armor on. And the first step of this episode is to, first of all, be able to see me. But the first step that I really want to do in this episode is to get a mending villager because I am tired of my shovel breaking, for one. And we definitely need to be able to repair our tools much easier and with less experience. So I'm going to try to get mending. In order to do that, I'm going to need a lectern. And I'm just going to take this bookshelf. And I also, if you didn't notice, made my inventory bigger. And I don't know why I've been playing on such a tiny inventory like the entire time I've played Minecraft. But this is so much better. The first step on our journey to mending is to go over to the village that is just right there. And actually, what I want to do first is to tame a horse because we do finally have a saddle. And I should have some armor in here. I have iron armor. And that's it. So I'm going to take this iron horse armor and try to tame this horse that is outside of the base. Hopefully it's a good one. There's also a horse that's been up there for so long. Oh, we already got him tamed. He has a lot of health, which is cool. Oh, this might be the slowest horse I've ever used in this game. I mean, the animation is sick, but like, what is this horse? It is so slow. I'd rather just walk. He doesn't like that I insulted his pace, his speed, but it's so slow. I'm gonna have to find another horse. This is not it. Sorry, dude. Yeah, you can breathe in my face all you want, but you're not going to get any faster. There was another horse over... Oh, there's one over here. And there is one up there who's been there for a long time. I'm going to try this guy first, though. This guy already seems faster. Oh my god, never mind. Why are these horses so slow? Bye. Well, that's 0 for 2 on horses, so I'm going to go over here and see if these guys are a little bit faster. And I think one of the builds in this episode will end up being a horse stable, so these guys are going to have to find a home anyways. Is this just how fast horses go? This is so slow. I can't believe how slow these horses are. They are so slow. Maybe this is just how fast they go. Maybe it's just like the animation that makes them seem slower. I don't know. It feels really slow, but I'm just going to use this one. Whatever, I give up. Well, anyways, we've made it over to the village. And right now, I'm just going to have to try to find a villager to make my librarian. And I can't find any villagers right now. I think I heard one over here. Villagers? Oh, there's one in here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's in here. And we're going to have to lock him in. What are you doing up there, dude? Get down. Hey, free blast furnace. I'll take it. Oh, okay. Well, he's already got a spot. Thank you. Aw, density. Too bad. I do want to add a trap door so he can't move. And also, this, like, better animations texture pack makes the game look 10 times better. I can't believe I forgot to add it. But I'm just going to sit here breaking this lectern until we get mending or an enchanted book that I need. Oh my god. That didn't take long at all. I'm just going to take 2 of them. Oh, I don't have enough books. Oops. That's crazy, actually. Having mending that easily is pretty cool. I'm going to have to get more levels, though. I need to enchant this shovel again. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. I will say, though, the spider XP farm is extremely slow, so I might be over here for like an hour just to get to level 30. And I just want to say, I have a plan for that mountain, I think, next episode. So be looking out for something pretty crazy that I'm going to do in that episode because it's gonna be a massive project. Even more massive than the castle project that we just did. Eventually, I'm going to decorate this to make it look like a big spider cave, and I think that would look really cool. And now I'm going to have to wait for the painful process of gathering 30 levels. I can't believe how unlucky my enchants have been in this world. I've waited like 3 Minecraft days to get up to level 30, and we got efficiency 4. That's it. I need to get on breaking on a shovel. It's non-negotiable. If this is just efficiency 4 again, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I ended up getting sharpness 4 on my sword. I also got the shovel that I wanted, and I got a pretty good axe with silk touch. Well, anyways, we've done a pretty decent amount of enchanting, and there is one thing that I wanted to do in this episode that I did a poll on the community tab in YouTube, and you guys decided that it wouldn't be considered cheating to increase the spawn chunk distance, because Minecraft rolled out an update that set the original spawn chunk distance value of 10 all the way down to 2. So spawn chunks have decreased by like 5 times what they used to be. And there is a command that you can run that makes it so you can set it to the original value of 10, which I kind of want to do so I can have farms running at spawn, which is something that I'm going to be working on in future episodes. But I can't use commands unless I set it to a LAN world and then do it. I'm going to do this live so you guys know that I'm not cheating. I think spawn chunk radius, I think the value is 10. And then I'm going to save and quit the world. And I'm going to hop back into the world, and it should change the spawn chunk radius. I'm not going to be playing on a LAN world. See, it says open to internet now. And I honestly just didn't even realize they changed that. So it is back to normal now. If you guys think it's cheating, that's too bad. I'm not a cheater, okay? I'm just trying to enjoy this world. Hey, what's up, pig? Anyways, dude. So in episode 1, this is the same village where one of these villagers was trapped in here. Now 2 of them are in here. And there's an iron golem, and there's a sheep. It's like a trap in the middle of this village. We've got a whole like family right here. We got like a little iron farm. Anyways, now that I have an enchanted shovel with efficiency 4, I want to put mending on it. And I added some more mods as well that add animations like that to the... Oh my god, that reminds me, I forgot my horse. I have cool animations now, by the way, guys. But I have come to rescue this horse. I'm going to need the saddle in order to do that, I think. Please don't fall down the hole. Please don't push me down the hole. This might be a terrible idea. Dude, what if there's a creeper down there? Chill out with that. Well, I ran out of blocks. No, 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 no! I have feather falling. I'm okay. Dude, oh my god. This is not happening. Please get down. Get down from there. I'm risking my life to tame you. Yay. Hey, this is definitely faster than what we've had. And I think he can jump pretty high. Okay. This is way faster. The other horse abandoned me. It knew what was happening. It knew we were going to take this horse. Is it trying to sabotage? Where did it go? That's my horse armor that you have, sir. How did you make it all the way up here so fast? Sorry, dude. This is definitely way quicker. Still not super fast, but I'll take it. Anyways, that's enough horsing around. What is happening? Okay. We have some terraforming to do. Oh, I need to get this guy to the base, actually. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I'm just going to end up doing another terraforming time lapse. The next step was for me to put mending on my pickaxe so I could repair it with XP from the very slow spider XP farm that I made, which repaired my tools enough for me to gather materials for this village project, starting out with some wood that we need for the houses, going deep into the depths of the world, and then I spent an eternity gathering tough and deep slate for the lower half of the houses, similar to what I did with my starter house and the barn, and that should give us enough materials to start this village project. So right now what I am doing is I am just laying out a plan for this area. All the netherrack is going to be path blocks or the coarse dirt that we're going to bring around here. I'm going to fill this in. There's going to be a house over here, I think one over there, a diagonal house right here, and then a house right here. The horse stables will actually go right here. I said a house, it's going to be some horse stables. And I think I might add some more, but most of this land will be filled up with farmland, with wheat fields, flower fields, just any sort of field that we can fit in here is what I want most of this area to be, because I don't want houses to take away from the actual vibe of what a farming village is, which I think is just mostly fields. But I'm just going to get started on terraforming a little bit more. It seems like this entire episode has just been terraforming for me. I mean, I've spent like 4 days planning this video alone, and I've done absolutely nothing other than terraform. I'm really excited to actually get some progress done in this video. But I'm just going to terraform a little bit more, like I said, and then we can get started on the horse stables. I have laid out a plan for what the horse stable is going to be. This is going to be the main building. It's going to go up here, and then there's going to be a secondary building that goes up. And this is where the actual horse stables are going to be. It can only fit 3. That's fine. We're not going to have that many horses in this area. Maybe at some point we can dedicate a bigger space for horses. But for now, that's going to be the actual stables. And then there's going to be this little pen here, maybe for pigs or another animal that whoever owns this building can take care of. And I'm going to probably just work up the same texturing that I have in most of these builds and then go up in a similar style. I'm going to get started on building this right now. With this initial plan of the build, it showed off the height that I would make that stone part, and then I ended up going up, texturing it from the andesite to cobblestone, working my way up with tuff, acacia, and then deep slate at the top, similar to what I did with my previous houses. What I ended up doing next was I used the oak and birch wood that I had and worked it around the build similar to my other builds as well to get the base color palette for the main part. I then worked my way around the build doing some detailing, adding our roof, which has a mix of spruce and jungle for the trim, with a mix of deep slate blocks for the roof for some texture. And the final step was to add some windows and extra details to make the build stand out a little bit more. And I think I got a build that I'm pretty happy with, although it has a pretty unique shape and design to it. And leave a comment for any updates you want Minecraft to make, like what update you want Minecraft to make next, because I personally I like what they're doing. Rest in peace, rabbit. Rest in peace. I can't put a mushroom on him. We gotta find a flower. Cornflower, that's good enough. Rest in peace, rabbit. Well, after the morning process for the rabbit was over, we ended up working on a path with our coarse dirt, working its way down to where the stables would be from the barn. And now we have a path going up to the barn. I'm debating whether or not I want to put a field here. Actually, I know I'm going to put a field here. I just don't know what field, and I don't know how I want to border the field. If I want it to just be kind of out in the open like that one, and I think that could look nice, or if I want to do like a small like stone border wall around it. Why is it always raining? I added this mod that makes it so it's particle rain, but it mixes with another resource pack that I have, so you can barely see the rain. And I have a house that's supposed to go pretty much right here that I'm going to build. It's a little bit smaller than that one. Should be a little bit more simple and easier to build. I don't know exactly what this house is going to be, but once we build it, we can figure that out. I want to point out that I'm trying to freehand these builds a little bit more than I usually do. Usually I plan out a build almost completely in creative first, and then that's how I do it. Like, most of these builds are completely planned out and made in creative. Most of the detailing is done in creative, pretty much all of it. I just want to make it a little bit more, like, involved, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, sometimes it feels like it takes some of the building away when you do it all in creative, and I just want to do a little bit more in survival mode. Builders, I'm sure you guys understand. But a lot of this stuff is, like, improvised. It's, like, going to be planned out as I just look at it and kind of get a vibe of this area. Like, this build is going to be darker. I kind of want to bring in maybe a little bit of spruce and maybe some dark oak wood in there. And this build is also a little bit more unique because I'm going to put a staircase going up, and there's going to be another area similar to what we had, or what we have on that build, where you can kind of go up the side of it if I can terraform this area properly. It's going to have this little area. There's going to be maybe an overhang. I'm not exactly sure yet what I'm going to do with that, but you're going to be able to go up here, and then the front door will be on this side, and then maybe there'll be a back door over here, but this is going to be where the base build is. To get started on this farmhouse, I built the support beams up on the edges with oak and jungle logs, and then I went up with spruce planks to create the walls of the build. I then went around with barrels to kind of trim around the build, and I think it looked pretty nice, so I ended up keeping that. I then went over top of the barrels with some dark oak fence gates and opened them all up, and I think it also gave a pretty nice look. I do this on a lot of my builds, and I think it provides a little bit of depth, which looks pretty nice. I then started working on our roof design, which is a mix of cobbled deep slate and deep slate bricks, and then I later added some deep slate tiles for some darker tones to provide a little bit more texture to it. I also added this little chimney in the front of the build that I think ends up looking pretty nice. And then I went around the build doing some texturing with some chiseled tuff, and then our acacia and some deep slate to provide a little bit of dark tones to give a little bit of depth to the build. I was skeptical about this block palette, but I honestly really like this build. I think I can definitely add some windows down here, and I will definitely decorate, but I think that's going to be the last thing I do is decorate deeper in these areas. But I think it's going to look really cool once there's crop fields everywhere and some trees. And yeah, I think if I add more darker builds like that in this area, that will just fit in much more with these types of builds. I mean, I've been like trying to figure out builds for this area for so long, trying to come up with designs for builds, and it's kind of stressing me out, but I'm really liking the way these two look. I have another build for over there and a diagonal build for right there, like I mentioned before, but I don't know, I think this area is coming together pretty nice, and I think everything is going pretty well right now. I then decided I wanted to put another crop field down next to the barn, but I didn't have potatoes, so I took them from the village and then began on our crop field. And this is what the area looks like. I think it's coming together pretty nicely. It definitely looks extremely unfinished. Once we add a few more fields and actually get this path going around the area, it's gonna look at least like something's happening, because right now it just looks odd. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. I'm just working on the path going around the village now, and well, they've done it again. They've done it again, and they're gonna try to take over the horse stables. Dude, they are so annoying. They spawn so much. Dude, this is like 5 minutes later. What is happening? Does anybody else have this problem, or is it just me? Is this just me? Do they not like me specifically? At some point, I'm gonna be able to make like a whole 50-minute long video of just going through and killing these guys. I'm assuming they changed the spawn rate because of the trial chamber update, but I'm really not sure. And I think I'm gonna end up just defeating the Ender Dragon on episode 10. I don't know, maybe that's too long to go without defeating the Ender Dragon. We'll have to see what the episodes end up looking like. It could be episode 8, but I like taking the game slow. I don't want to, like, I don't know, I think once you get an Elytra, it opens up the game and it makes it a completely different experience, and I think being stuck in this early game kind of phase, where you're just walking around doing this, is something that you should cherish a little bit more. You should do it for a little bit longer. When I watch somebody and they defeat the Ender Dragon in episode 1 and already have an Elytra and full enchanted stuff, it's just really boring, to be honest. But I don't know, give you guys opinions on, like, if you guys enjoy when people quickly progress through the world. I think most people don't. I think a lot of people just like the slow grind of Minecraft because it's more relatable, I guess, to what other people are doing in the game. But right now, what I'm working on is just a terraforming project to make this area look a little bit better. So I'm just going to bring this kind of rocky section right here, so it's not just completely hills. Once I mix in maybe some mossy variants and stuff, it's going to look a little bit better. But I think that's a pretty good start. Definitely going to have to light this up so I don't die. There's so many areas like this. I'm just going to have to go through and show you guys this. Right down here. This is great. Going to cover up some of this farmland, but this is what we've been doing. This is how I've been gathering dirt. If your hardcore world or Minecraft world doesn't look like this, are you really terraforming? It's probably pretty dangerous, but you know what? I don't really... I do care. I do care, honestly. I don't want to lose this world, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I hope I don't have to make some, like, flashback at some point. Like, yeah, this idiot, he should have cared a little bit more. But, oh my god, I forgot to show you guys this. I mean, dude. Oh my god! I hope I don't have to make some, like, flashback at some point. Like, yeah, this idiot, he should have cared a little bit more. What, dude, just me holding the torch like that after what just happened? Are you kidding me? Oh my, okay. Okay, that, I'm leaving. I'm never coming back down there again. I was trying to show you guys this cool cave and a creeper exploded. After I got over my near-death experience, I started working on this diagonal farmhouse using pretty much the same block palette as the other builds, with a little granite bit on the side for some extra shape, and then I worked on the path over to meet up at the front of the build. Like, I get it. We have to get the ominous bottle for the Tricky Trials update. But please, change the spawn rates, Mojang. This is too much. Guys, look at this. It's so fun, dude. Honestly, I like this mod a lot. If you do want a complete list of my mods, I did create a community Discord server that will be linked in the description. So make sure to join the Discord in the description below. And also, if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Well, after the other patrol sighting, I started working on another wheat field close to the other ones that we already planted. And then I worked on some unfinished terraforming projects that we had around the farming village. And then I began laying out a border for what would eventually be a sheep pen, also connecting the path going up to the horse stable and back to the other path towards the right where the other house is. And then I began working on another crop field just to the right of where the sheep farm is. And now the next thing I'm going to do is build this custom oak tree that I have right here. It's going to fit right in the middle. Oh my, it's going to fit right in the middle. And I think it's going to look pretty nice, especially with some other ones sprinkled around. And I finished the tree. I think it looks pretty cool in this spot. Yeah, I think I like that. And I want to put at least one more oak tree in this area. And a lot of this stuff will fit in a little bit better once we mix in some of our bone meal. We're going to have to save some of it. I need to get a skeleton XP farm so I can actually get bone meal. But I mean, just doing this around, I mean, it's going to make this area look so much nicer. The next tree I'm going to make is a birch tree. And I have a really cool birch tree design that I want to try out in this area. It's pretty big, so I'm going to have to try to find a space that would make sense for it, but I'm very excited to build this thing and show you guys what I've come up with. And now we have another custom tree built in this area, and I think it looks pretty sick. Oh, don't mind the scaffolding, but this is the tree that I've built, and something that I decided to do for this build is mix in some glass pane with some walls so they can connect and kind of create branches. But this is like a different style of birch tree compared to those. But let me know what you guys think of this tree. I think it's in a pretty cool spot. I'm going to be adding some more trees right here as well. But I wanted to, like, I was figuring out where to put it, and I liked the fact that it kind of hangs over this build. I think it like kind of frames this build, especially if we put another tree or a few over here. But to tie this area together a little bit more, I put another field next to the one we built earlier, close to the wagon where the barn is. Look at that. Look at that. There's just some more of them over there. Having fun. Nothing new. And now that we have that crop field done, I'm just going to leave that wall there for now. I still am going to work behind me, but I just want to break from it. I'm going to add some more houses over here. Maybe a few houses over here to start like another sort of farming district where this will be focused on maybe like animals and everything, and this will be where the flowers are. A vineyard up here maybe. And this next house design is a little bit more simple. We used a tough brick trim around the bottom part of it, and then we worked up with some tough cobblestone and deep slate and used a bit of spruce to texture the build. And I plan on putting one more house here and then a little vineyard out in front, and then maybe in the future we can do a little bit more in this area. And there we have the first house of many complete in this area. I want to put a bunch of houses that have this similar style in here. Probably not a bunch, maybe 3 or 4. I like the design of this one. I think it looks pretty cool. And this is what it looks like from a top-down view. I think if I put one more house over there and then add a vineyard or something over there, I think it would kind of complete this area in terms of the overall amount of houses. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to put a path that goes in the middle here. Maybe I'll do like a little circle area that leads to a bunch of different farms and probably have another build right there. So I just copied the same design over with another house and then put our vineyard right next to both of them. And I began working on a couple of our tall birch trees and a custom oak tree that I put on this ledge right here. And I also put another wheat field just next to that diagonal house across from the oak tree that we just made. And after a little bit of decorating, we have a pretty cool looking farming village right next to our starter base and the barn we made in episode 2, and I really liked the way it turned out. And make sure to leave any sort of ideas you have for this area, for maybe some automatic farms we can put in here for any future episodes. So tell me if you like this wagon design. Might use some reworking if you guys have any ideas for it. That I would appreciate it, but I think from a distance it does what it needs to do. I think this looks a lot better than I thought it would initially. I was, again, like I've said in this video, very skeptical of what that would look like, a village down there, because it took me a while to come up with a lot of these ideas for the houses. The rest of it I just kind of thought about as I built, but the houses I was worried, but I think they look pretty cool. And now for the longest part of the video, trying to catch an enchanted book. I have 3 fishing rods this time. I'm prepared. Oh, here we are. Gonna go into the ocean and try to catch an enchanted book. It might take me an hour and a half. So I'm gonna switch fishing locations because a herd of drowned, whatever you want to call them, drowns started attacking me. This is my fishing spot. It's much cozier. This was so fast. Look at how quickly this was. I got an enchanted book. It has power 4 and respiration 3. That's such a good book. I need both of those enchants. One of you guys is going to name this book in the forum, in the description, like I've said in the last couple of videos. Just the same thing. So hopefully it's a cool name. I still have to figure out the name for this episode, so I'm gonna go do that when I get home. So I randomly selected the book for this episode, and this is what it is: Bogard Rapscallion. However you pronounce your name. Thank you for submitting your book. So there we have 3 books. Thank you guys for watching. We did a lot in this episode. No, we didn't.